Things off, please.
Yeah. Afternoon, David.
Yes.
Another exciting signing in Ben Rama joining the club. Congratulations. What was it about him and his style that made you want to make that move permanent?
Well, our plan was to make it permanent in the summer, but for a sort of mild medical problem, we had to hold it back and wait till the time was right. So obviously we had any time to do it, but it was always going to get done. It was never in doubt, Jess, that we weren't going to do it. We just had to make sure that the small medical issue was cleared up and we could move on from there.
And what is it you like about him?
Well, I think initially I've always liked his goals and his assists, and I think he's given us a couple of assists. We're still waiting on the goals, but I think what we've found at the moment is he's become a really hard-working team player for us, which we really like. And I think because he's young to the Premier League, there's still a lot more development. I think there's a lot more to come from him. We always said we didn't want to rush him, and we don't want to. You know, there'll be games where we need to be patient with him, and hopefully we end up turning side into a really good top Premier League player.
It sounds like another player could be incoming very soon indeed. What's the latest with Jesse Lingard?
Well, he's here doing a medical at the moment, but it's not complete yet, Jess, so I can't really say too much more about it. But the fact is he is here and he's doing the medical, so hopefully we might have something to announce a bit later on today. With
Jesse coming in, does that impact your need for a striker? Do you feel as though that search is now over, bringing in an attacking midfielder? What's your thoughts?
Well, I think if the Jesse deal goes through, then Jesse will give us more options, more attacking options as far as can play in probably nearly all the positions along the front line. He can play as a midfield player as well. But no, we've seen Yarmolenko come in and do okay for us at centre forward. I don't want to be in a position where I go and bring somebody just for the sake of it. And I've always said if I can look within one group to find solutions, I'll try and do so. But we can't deny, Jess, no, we would have liked another striker. We have we've made an offer for one or two players who we would have liked to have got, but for different reasons, they've not been gettable.
It's tough in January. So you're not expecting any more incomings or outgoings before the deadline?
At the moment, not. No. All we're doing is focusing on the game on Sunday, Jess, and trying to try and look at a way of getting a result in that game.
Last one, Jess.
It seems like Sorry, what was that, sorry?
Last one, if you can, please. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. And you mentioned the game. It seems like the perfect time, to be playing the reigning champions with being fifth in the table and 6 matches unbeaten. There must be a really good feel-good vibe around the club at the moment, and confidence and expectation, more than anything, must be really high, David.
Well, we're really pleased because of the way the players have played and the results we've had. And, we want to keep that going as long as we can. But we have got ourselves an incredibly difficult challenge against Liverpool, the reigning champions, and, showed everybody that they found a real bit of form. So we were never in doubt of how tough the game was going to be. So it'll test us, but we want to be tested by the better teams. We want to try and challenge them. And this will give us a good opportunity to see what we can do.
Best of luck, David.
Thank you.
Jess. Faye from PLP, please.
Hi, David.
Hi, Faye.
You said that they were back on form, Liverpool. What did you make of them against Spurs last night?
I thought they were very good. I don't think everybody would. I think that I don't know if their form ever went away. I just think sometimes things don't quite happen for you. But I think everybody's well aware of what Liverpool can do and how they can play, and they've certainly proved that over recent seasons.
You had some really good opportunities up at Anfield, disappointed in the end not to come away with something back in October. What did you learn from that game? And do you feel like you're a stronger side coming into this match on Sunday?
Well, what I learned from that game is we gave away a very soft penalty kick, which was really debatable on the day, and we went up there and we competed well, and I think that the games we've played, Liverpool, we've had a good run for money. The game before at Anfield, we came close with a couple of mistakes which cost us the game. But that's what Liverpool do. They're relentless. They make chances. You can see what they do. They have players who are capable of scoring out of very little. So, we know we're going to have to play exceptionally well. And but if we keep playing the way we've been doing and we keep the form up we're in, and keep playing with the confidence we've got, and we'll give ourselves an outside chance.
How important could that extra couple of days rest and training give you?
Well, I hope it does. I think at this period in time, we complain when the games come regular. So if I get a couple of days extra rest on an opposition, then it's a good thing. But I think Crystal Palace had about 9 days off when we went to play them. We only had 2 or 3 days, and we went and got a result. So the thing about it, Faye, is there is no right or wrong way in football. You just never know how it's going to be. But I think all the managers would agree we're finding it really tough because of the amount of games that we've got and the way the scheduling is.
Just finally, you talked earlier on in the week about some players taking a little bit longer to adapt to the Premier League, but Thomas Soucek has been outstanding since he joined. Doesn't seem like he needed any time at all to adapt, and now you're top scorer. Yeah,
it's a really good point, Faye, because when you bring players in, you're always mindful, and especially coming from the Czech Republic, you're maybe thinking it isn't the same level, or the players aren't at the same level. But Thomas had played for his club in the Champions League. He plays for the Czech Republic. He was captain of Slavia, so he was someone who was mature, even though he was a young player. So for him to come and hit the ground running was great. But in many ways, he'd a lot of the credentials which allowed him to do that. But his goal scoring, his attitude, the way he is around the club's been great, and I hope I can get more like him. That's for sure.
Thanks, Faye. Emma Jones, please.
Hello, David.
Hi, Emma.
You've been reluctant to kind of talk about the possibility of a top 4 finish for West Ham. You seem to have been reluctant. I just wonder if a win on Sunday might make you start to believe that that's a possibility.
No, I'm reluctant because I saw 2 teams last night who are really good sides, and I think we've got a bit to do to get close to those teams. So I'm being someone, hopefully with my football head on, saying, at the moment I don't think we're at that level. I think we're considering the position we've been in, where we have been, I think we're doing really, really well. Am I going to try? Of course I'm going to try. And every result we get, and every good result we get, Emma, makes you start thinking a bit better. But we've got to be realistic. I watched 2 really good teams last night in Liverpool and Tottenham, and we've got a bit to go before we're going to get close to them.
Have Liverpool got over their blip, or do you think that this season in particular has demonstrated that any result is possible on any day? Yeah,
I think the Premier League has tightened up with the levels, but I think the 2 or 3 clubs at the top, 4 clubs at the top, on their day will beat most teams. But I think after that, then going down the table, it's all the others, and even down to the bottom of the league, I don't think there's any given result. We only need to see the Sheffield United's performance against Manchester United the other day, and showing you what a sort of topsy-turvy Premier League season we've got. But here at West Ham, if we can sort of make the most of it and keep ourselves up near the top teams, well, that'll be great.
Optimism must be really great around the club at the moment. How much are you enjoying working with the players, and considering the performances they're putting in at the moment?
They've got a great spirit around them, but that comes from winning as well. And quite often, you're always looking, how do you build a good team spirit? Well, I've always felt that more often than not, it comes from winning games. It gives you the best team spirit. And we're actually in a period now where, it's not as if we can do an awful lot of things together. We can't go out for dinner together, etc. So the best team spirit you can get is around the training ground, and round the training ground, there's a great atmosphere here. And at the moment, the players are doing a really good job, and we're appreciating how much they're working hard for the team.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thanks, Emma. Cameras off, please. Thank you.